Working Mother magazine unveiling its annual list of the best companies for working moms. Carol Evans is the magazine's president and CEO. Good to see you, Carol.
Good to see you, too.
What makes a company good to work for if you're a working mother?
So many things. It really is all about flexibility, child care, and parental leave. And we've seen so much improvement over the last 25 years in these three areas that it's quite astonishing. And it's all because companies are looking for talent. They want to attract, retain, and make their talent very productive.
So this isn't because of government pressure or pressure from feminist groups, but simply companies saying, you know what, we know that if we want the best talent, we have to hire both men and women, and therefore we have to offer services that women like.
Well, women are now making up half the workforce, and the government is not mandating any of this. In fact, the government doesn't even mandate paid maternity leave. We're one of only 4 countries that don't.
Hey, I like that. That's a good thing. But all right, so companies are doing it on their own. What are the best companies? What's number 1 on the list?
Well, we don't rank them by number 1. We rank the top 10, and then we have everybody else is number 11. And we have some great companies: Bank of America, Discovery Communication, General Mills, and Wellstar, University of Wisconsin Healthcare. I mean, you can see that there's a very broad range. And we have 2 companies that have been on the list for all 25 years of the list, and that's Johnson & Johnson and IBM.
Got it. Andrew, did you want to ask a question?
Yeah, what I wanted to understand was actually, do all of these things help actually keep women in the workforce longer, and does that mean that they ultimately get higher in the ranks at these institutions?
Yes, the advancement of women is one of the big areas that we measure to see how many women are not only advancing to the top, but how many of them are in the top pay, which is a very important thing. So if these policies and programs don't advance women to the top, then it's not very useful. But what really happens here is that companies are able to keep the best talent because women do have a choice. You know, they can stay home or they can continue to work. And what they really want is the flexibility not only in their day-to-day job, but the flexibility in their career so that they can move up and down that career lattice as their situation at home changes.
So do you still think there's a glass ceiling, though, at the top? I mean, is that's still an issue?
Very much so. The CEOs are very much of a male gender, and moms have a tough time getting to that very top layer. It's getting a little bit better, but, you know, only 2% of Fortune 1000 companies have women CEOs, and not all of them are moms.
And the companies where the women are CEOs, do they actually have better policies for women or no?
Many of them do. We have a higher proportion of women CEOs on our 100 best list than the general population. So, yes, women CEOs do make a big difference.
Carol, good to see you this morning.
Thank you so much for having me. And congratulations to the 100 best.
Yes, absolutely. Working Mother magazine.
Amazing.
Joe.
IBM and that is amazing. J&J, all 25 years. That's like a feather in your. And look at how those 2 companies are perceived and thought of.
Right now,
two of the greatest brands in the entire world. Coming up this morning.